Labour good tonight. Labour sweet tonight. You enjoying Labour? Labour sweet tonight. Comrades, I get in email, I get in text, I get in BB, I get in WhatsApp, I get in all kind of things from North America. My friends in North America said to tell the Labour people, good night. Give them a round of applause. Comrades, up in the Bronx they tell me they're having a big party for Labour because then Labour gonna win again. Give them a round of applause. They say they got conchs, they got fritters, and they got everything up there, saltfish balls, and they got in a party watching Labour down here tonight. Give them a round of applause again. Make them call the name. Comrades, then we have some other friends in Toronto who watching us. Give them a round of applause again. Then all the way over in London. All the way over in London. They're over there watching us too. Give them a round of applause. Tenemos algunos amigos en Santo Domingo. Estamos mirando nosotros. Un aplauso para ustedes. Give them a round of applause. All over the be. They speak in Spanish. And some of them speak in Arabic too because they're over in Dubai watching us right here. I don't they like you talk about Dubai. They ain't like you talk about Dubai. But I'm going to talk about a little later. But comrades, we're having a good time tonight. We're having a good time tonight. But comrades, Cutie, you ain't get a chance to talk tonight. I promise you, Cutie from Central Bastille, that you're going to talk over here with your family tonight. And you're over by your family tonight, so you're going to talk about your family tonight.
Oh, what a night. What a night, what a night. Oh gosh, what a night.
Comrades, as I was saying, Tuesday was budget day. And Tuesday was budget day. We had some good things to tell the country on Tuesday. And one of the good things we told the country on Tuesday is that we are going to put in place some relief for persons who are experiencing difficulties with the electricity bills. Because Labour is a caring government. And you have a caring Minister of Energy. And I've said in previous press conferences that we were meeting with Skerrit and we also meet with SIDF to look at how we can bring some relief to the people of this country. And we were able, over the last 2 weeks, to conclude our discussions. And we were able to say to the people on Tuesday that we'll roll out a program in 3 phases. The first phase we expect to come in place by the end, when you get your bill, by the end of May. And that first phase include a reduction in your surcharge. That is a good Labour government, a reduction in your surcharge. But the reduction in your surcharge is linked to your conservation. It means the person who are burning less electricity will get better relief. So those down to the bottom of the table who burns between 0 to 150 kilowatts, at the moment, do not pay any surcharge. Don't pay any surcharge at the moment. But we are saying that that group of people will get a further relief. You will get a relief on your normal electricity bill. So besides the surcharge, you're getting some relief on your surcharge. On your normal bill, we'll give you some relief on that also. And then the other group of people will get a relief also on their surcharge based on the amount they consume. So if you consume a lot, you will get less on your bill. So if you consume up to, give you relief up to 50% on your surcharge. That will be for the first phase, and we expect that will come in place by May, the end of May this year. The second phase includes the provision of solar panels to put on persons' rooftops, and that also will help in the reduction of electricity. That will provide a feed-in tariff for persons who will be selling into the grid and the grid purchasing electricity from them. That is relief for those persons. That we expect will be started in about 2 months' time. The third phase is when we expect renewable energy will be fully in place and the program will be in place within 3 years. This program that I'm speaking about is not election gimmick. This is a program that we expect to implement for over the next 3 years. 3 years of relief, and then we expect the renewable energy will be fully on stream, as we've been speaking about all the time. And that is the relief we're talking about. That is your good Labour government. Give your government a round of applause.
We know how we doing. Can't stop it. We know how we doing.
The relief you will be getting, we expect to put it to good use. Put it to good use. That is what the Labour government is all about. Making sure that we have heard what you are saying about the cost of electricity. We went to the SIDF and we spoke to the SIDF and we said we must bring some relief to the people of this country. And the SIDF came on board. Give them a round of applause, the SIDF. The people on the other side here to hear the SIDF. They want to put their hand on it. But Labour ain't gonna make sure they ain't get in there to put their hand on it because it belongs to the people. But comrades, I want us to move on because we have a full slate of speakers tonight. I want you to help me to welcome to the microphone our next speaker. Our next speaker will be the Honorable Richard Skerrit, who will be coming to speak about what's happening in his ministry, the Ministry of Tourism and International Trade.
We're ready for the road. Comrades of Labour, good night. Comrades of number 7, good night. I have to confess to you that I drove over here tonight feeling a little sad. Let me tell you why I was feeling sad. First of all, I went to a funeral this afternoon for Rosalie Bartlett, an employee, a former employee of the Ministry of International Trade, Industry and Commerce and Consumer Affairs. A lady who died a little bit earlier than anybody would have expected. Very, very sad funeral. Most of the ministry staff were there. And it's not always nice going to funerals of people who die a little bit younger than you expect. So that was the first sadness that was on me tonight. But when I got home from the funeral, comrades and friends, a friend of mine sent me a photograph of the 6 musketeers who were in the press conference on Tuesday. And comrades and friends, it was really sad to see a gentleman who has sat in cabinet for so many years, a gentleman who has represented this constituency for so many years, sitting down next to the leader of PAM, with both of them dressed in gold and yellow. Comrades and friends, it broke my heart.
Hypocrites and parasites.
The Honorable Sam Condor did not wear his gold and yellow yet. They tell me he said that he has it, but he can't bring himself to put it on yet. But the representative for number 7, who Labour has worked so hard for, and who his people have supported him so well, in his quest, in his anxiety, in his rush to become the leader of PAM, he had to put on his gold and yellow in that press conference. You mean he couldn't even put on white? He couldn't even put on blue to support CCM? He had to go and put on the yellow and gold just to prove to the PAM people that he's ready to lead them. Comrades and friends, maybe I am one of those who've been in denial. Maybe I've been quietly hoping that I would wake up out of a dream. Maybe I've been saying that this is a bad dream that's gonna end sometime. Well, it ended today when I saw that picture. Because the reality is that the representative for number 7 has gone. He has gone. Comrades and friends, where has he gone to? Where has he gone to? And why? Who has he joined? Which party has he joined? Has he joined the PAM party really? Can you believe that? Comrades and friends, it is frightening how people can be enticed away from a movement that means so much to the people of this constituency. A movement called the Labour Movement that means so much to the people of St. Kitts-Nevis. A movement that has lifted up people, that has worked to improve the lives of every generation from generation to generation. I had the chance to meet a young man today. Who is looking for a job. And that young man, his grandmother used to work in the cane fields. His mother works in a hotel. And he is now an accountant. And thank God he will be in a job by next month. But listen to that. From cane field to hotel to an accounting professional. That is what Labour is about. Improving the lives of people from generation to generation to generation. Not everybody get the same improvement the same time. But you know that once this Labour Party is in office, that your chance will come. You know that we are about opportunity for people, for empowering people. But while I was driving here tonight, Sister Sensia was on. Bless her soul. The sexiest woman on radio in St. Kitts. Sister Sensia, tell her I said so. Sister Sensia was on, and she put on a song as I was driving here in my sadness. In my sadness, she put on a song. She put on a song saying, remember where you come from. That was the song that I was listening to as I was driving here tonight. Remember where you come from. And I think the song was so appropriate for how I was feeling, because it made me reflect on what we are facing right now. What we are facing right now as a country. What we are facing right now as a constituency, because there must be some very troubled people in this constituency. There must be some puzzled people in this constituency. There must be some bewildered people in this constituency. There must be some confused people in this constituency, wondering what has gone wrong. What has gone wrong? How could a man who has professed to be such a leader in the movement of the Labour Party and the Labour Union that goes back over 80 years, that has built up people in this country for so many decades. How could a man like that get enticed, get lured, and get trapped by the People's Action Movement?
Man to man is so unjust. Children, you don't know who to trust.
Comrades and friends, it only goes to show us this is a changing world indeed. Times are changing faster than some of us understand. You don't know who to trust anymore. You can't believe everything you hear anymore. But there's one party that you can always trust to lead you down the right path, and that is the Labour Party of St. Kitts-Nevis. And I am proud to be a card-carrying member of the St. Kitts-Nevis Labour Party. Comrades and friends, it's a pity that the afternoon had to end so sadly. But I could tell you earlier in the day, I was able to get very close to finalizing arrangements for the second cruise pier at Port Zante to be constructed. If all goes well, as early as the last quarter in this year, we will start driving piles for the second pier at Port Zante. They can't handle that. They don't like the fact that tourism is growing. They can't handle the fact that every day there's a cruise ship down there. They're vexed. What amazes me, comrades and friends, is that even some of the people who benefiting, making plenty US dollars, they're still abusing Douglas. They never do so well before, but they're abusing Douglas. Comrades and friends, my job tonight is to simply say to you, hold strain, hold the fort. We told you that it's working. It's still working. Do not believe all the nonsense they're telling you. They want you to believe that this Labour Party is breaking apart just because two men leave. Two men leave and cross the floor and go on to PAM, and this party that's over 80 years old can suddenly stop working? Are you mad? Or who they think they be? This party, its history, its record, its performance is bigger than any one man. And I am happy and proud of this turnout tonight, because I was driving here really sad. But now that I see you, I feel so good. This has cheered me up like I haven't been cheered up for a long time. This reminds me of the last election. This reminds me of Labour, big roller rolling around the country. And it won't be long. Because based on what's going on, you can expect that somewhere down the road, the bell gonna ring. And it looked to me like you're ready for the bell to ring already. But don't get carried away. And remember, the race is not the race for the swift. It's a long and sometimes tiresome race on a road that sometimes could be rough and bumpy. Dr. Asim Martin smoothing out the roads all over the island, praise the Lord. But the road to the next parliament could be a little bumpy. So hold on. Hold on, because Labour is stronger than ever. Good night.
I see people dressed in costume, food and drink being consumed, young people walking up, old people jumping up, woman with child in hand, chipping behind a costume van. I see big truck keep coming down, kicking off heavy sound, soca is all I hear, right from the start of the day, all color, creed and class, moving together, making mass. Something's happening, and it's so exciting. People just having fun, one big celebration, must be a really grand occasion. Something's happening that you shouldn't be missing.
Comrades, let's give Comrade Ricky Skerrit a round of applause. Comrades, he's real. That's a true Labour man. Give him a round of applause. True Labour man. Ricky Skerrit is a true Labour man.